Focus of today's Eye on Kids report is how children deal with the loss of a loved one. A Lafayette camp is working to help kids understand that difficult process. And joining me now to talk about the Trails of Hope camp is organizer Sally Downham Miller. Sally, always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you. Same to you.
When we're talking about grief with kids, what are the issues that may not translate to adults?
Well, they are often referred to, children, teenagers are often referred to as the forgotten mourners because they look like they bounce back.
Yeah.
They look like they handle it. And in fact, they aren't. They're just trying to mimic people around them, figuring out what to do. But the incredible, powerful emotions and reactions and questions that kids have about grief often don't get expressed, don't get addressed. And unfortunately, we know that unresolved grief isn't going to go away.
Right.
And so it tends to hamper their decision making later in life. Issues such as drug addiction, making poor choices in relationship, promiscuity, are the result of students not having a chance to process their grief. And that's what Trails of Hope Camp does.
So how does it do that?
Well, it mixes grief activities, processing grief. What do you do with it? How do you handle it? How is it affecting you? What are you seeing around you? What can you do with it, which is big. Our activities that are held during the day, interspersed with camping activities. The fun, outdoor, crazy, do it together, play
So it sounds like a lot of work and a lot of fun.
It is,
At
and
once.
that's...
Now you had an interesting story about a volunteer that you're going to have at camp this year.
Yes, a young boy who lost a brother about 8 years ago went to camp, and it helped him so much. He and his mother are signing up to be volunteers this year. He's now in college and training to be a social worker, and how cool to have
A great outcome.
Yes, it
Now
is.
you do need other volunteers and facilitators.
We do. We need volunteers. Our first volunteer training is May 6th. And here's the number. There's information on the screen for everyone, but that number, 446-1900, is what you call for any information. And it's held, our camp this year is the 11th of May at Cary Camp. And it is just, it's amazing. This staff that has been doing this for about 10 years have just become such experts. And they are thrilled to share it with other people who want to join them. So don't hesitate to volunteer.
All right, 446-1990 is the number to call.
1900.
Oh, 1900, I'm sorry.
that's okay.
446-1900. Sally Downham Miller, thanks so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure.
We'll be
always.
back with more after this.